We are going to review W1, which is writing arguments. I'm using an example from a different crime show on Netflix called Making a Murderer. If you haven't watched it, you should. It's really interesting. You're not going to be writing like a whole essay or paragraph even because you're just the way that your project is structured. So still though, on your board you'll need your claim, which needs to be clear, specific, compelling, debatable, and defensible. So make sure you include your who and what, and be as specific as you possibly can. Okay, so then when you have your evidence on your crime board, you need to go into more detail about that and get more specific and give examples that really prove that he is innocent and that he was framed. So the evidence and commentary you use, this is going to come in the form of pictures and or videos. You guys will use the Serial podcast website to find this stuff, and you can pull stuff from the transcripts of each episode as well. So really just make sure you're answering the why. Your evidence is going to be the pictures, the written part or the spoken part will be the commentary. Always consider your alternate theories. So you guys are kind of acting as lawyers here, so it's very, very important that you include your rebuttal and make sure it's developed enough to really be persuasive against that counterclaim. And then your concluding statement, this is going to come in the form of a closing statement, so just make sure you summarize all your evidence and again state your claim. So this is kind of what it's going to look like. So I have my claim right here. Here's my evidence. Here's my commentary. So Teresa's car was found at the Avery impound. It took days for searchers to find it, yet here it is in plain sight. If that's its original position, they would have found it sooner. And why would it be covered so poorly? If Avery was truly trying to hide it, he would have done a better job of covering the car, or he would have just destroyed it. This is my rebuttal. And this part is the counterclaim. It's very short. So notice how much more is included in the rebuttal. So they claim the vehicle was found on this land and his fingerprints were in it. However, his fingerprints were only found on the wheel. If he had driven the car to the impound, his fingerprints and DNA would be all over the car. So yours will have a lot more pieces of evidence with the commentary and rebuttal. And you don't necessarily have to have these written sections if you're going to present it rather than write it out, which that's up to you. Then this is stuff you would use in your verbal presentation.